I'm bisexual, not lesbian. And I don't think we allow men to be bisexual and not gay. And so for me, the conversation more needs to be if we, and not that I'm putting all the blame on us black women, but we have to provide a safer space for them to also come out and share those things. And unfortunately, I feel like we don't. And so he can like men and women without being labeled gay or being told that he's scared to come out as gay because he's not gay. There's also labels. And so here's the thing, and I just said this on my podcast, Selective Ignorance, too. We are more forgiven to rapists, to criminals, to murderers, to drug dealers, to scammers than we are to a man, black man, questioning or experimenting or exploring his sexuality. And so for me to see this man being demonized because he might like to suck a little dick, put a little dick in his butt or beat a top, who knows? I don't know who doing the bending. You know what I mean? But to me to criminalize a man questioning his sexuality or exploring that differently than how we question all the other things that men can be, to me is hurtful because I'm like, damn, yes, Claudia, he's probably a liar. He's clearly a cheater. He clearly may or may not be a great father. But to me, to demonize him for his sexuality when there's so many other things to question him about is where I'm just like, that ain't the topic of the story.
Well, I want to hear from Dustin, but I'll step in by
Yeah.
saying this. Then Dustin, I wanted you to go next. I, me personally, being a black man coming out in my 20s, I believe that the reason why black men who are bisexual, the main reason they don't want to come out, I don't think the soul, not the soul, can you say that? I don't think the main demographic to blame is black women. Not saying you said that. I think they're afraid of other black men judging them. I think there's a
Agree.
large portion. I think
Thank you.
black women would say, if that's you, let me know and let me
Hey,
decide if I want to pursue you or not. I think more than 90% of the reason why bisexual black men don't own up to it is because they're afraid of how other black men are going to react to them. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
You all are correct. The truth lies right in the center of the whole screen. Number one, bisexual men do exist, full stop, right? There are men who are sexually attracted to men and women at the same time at the exact same amount of interest. There are men who are more attracted to women but still attracted to men, more attracted to men but still a little attracted to women. Like those stations on the spectrum of sexuality are very, very real, and I've seen them with my own eyes. Number one. Number two, there's a difference between a person being not out and a person being on the down low. And I think that there's an obsession, understandably so to a degree, but there's an obsession amongst a lot of people, and the people who I've seen most vocal about it are black women online, with uncovering or revealing this DL world, which can negatively impact them. And I totally understand the concern. You know what I'm saying? The problem is oftentimes that concern treads the same waters as deep seated homophobia. It often parrots talking points of white Christian nationalism and homophobic just framework and a homophobic lens, and that's where the waters get muddy a little bit. And this Dwight Howard situation is a prime example, because Dwight Howard has been rumored to be and alleged to be bisexual and trans attracted also, which adds a whole nother layer of
all of them. Like,
confusion for people. I think that and he hasn't spoken openly about it. There is a curiosity that has formed and grown amongst a lot of people about whether or not he's open, whether or not he's lying and sneaking and not telling the women that he's openly with that he has these other sexual interests. And so people are curious about it because it signals a deviance. It's almost like he's trying to, people assume that he's trying to cause harm to or lie to and sneak around on women, and they see a black woman as his wife, so that frames it in a much larger lens for people, and they feel like he's being deceptive toward her because he hasn't spoken out publicly like he has about other things about his sexuality. So there's a lot of questions there. There's a lot of inherent biases and homophobia that exist there, and they all tie directly into that. And if you don't believe believe me, there was a recent situation online with T.S. Madison and another content creator whose
Yep.
content was centered around uncovering the activities of DL men. And he had a large amount of support behind him. And it was often paired with hateful rhetoric, vitriol, homophobic language, that just uncovered a lot of people's true motivations. And so I know that that's a real thing that people struggle with. And while I completely understand it, I think that sometimes we have to dial a little bit back and look at things for what they are by definition. And that's why I said y'all all are right. Mandy's right. Bisexual men do exist. Claudia is right as well. It appears to paint a picture of deception as if he is not out and telling these women. Claudia just sat here and said, just say it. Just say that you're out. And then people can not have to feel like they're being taken advantage of. Carlos, you just said a lot of times bisexual men are open because they're afraid of the backlash and opinions they'll get from men, which is a very real thing. We've all sat in barbershops. And when I say we, I mean black men. We've all sat in barbershops and heard the rhetoric, felt the judgment, felt the pressure, no matter how masculine presenting you are. If you know you fucking niggas on the weekend, you feel a little heat when they get to talking about people who fuck niggas on the weekend. So it's all tied in together based on like what you all just shared.
What I hate is I hate there is for sure trans and homophobia out there, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Black women get that label way too fast simply
What
for
label?
having a preference to not want to date a man that is bisexual. Now, I dated a guy, I think I dated two men in my life that I believe were bisexual. And
Mm-hmm.
what they never told me, they never admitted to me. And one of them, I would have dated him still had he been honest with me. And I had feelings for him. He was attractive. We had a great time. But my thing is this, if you're going to lie to me and I'm laying down with you, sharing my body with you, and like I'm giving you the fullest trust and with me, like I need you to be honest. Like I can't trust you as a human, period. And I'm
Right.
tired of Black women being the blame of why you can't come out. And like Carlos said, like it's always put on Black women when it's your toxic ass friends, it's your daddy, it's your uncles, it's your brothers. Who has been the most accepting of gay men? Black women. And then I feel like a lot of us get slapped in the face. Are there homophobic Black women? 1000%. It's not a blanket thing, but it's like, yo, I feel like I've like shown nothing but love. And if I say one thing wrong in one conversation, all of a sudden, all those years of goodwill and trying to at least have an understanding is thrown out the window because I didn't perfectly phrase it the way you wanted me to. Now I'm homophobic. How the fuck did we get here? And that's what I don't appreciate. And that turns allies away. That turns people away that honestly have no ill will and love our brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it really sucks when like I'm like, yo, you can really tell me. I promise you, you can really tell me. Y'all all know me, right? Manny, you're getting to know me, right? Justin and Carlos, y'all never known the name of the person that I'm talking about, and he's a celebrity. I've never disclosed it. I never put him on blast. I never violated him. I don't even know if he knows I know. But I'm saying, like, your secret is safe with me. If you're honest with me, I got you. But I'm tired of Black women just being demonized as we're the ones not providing a safe space when y'all don't even give us the benefit of the doubt to even open up and tell us sometimes. You'd be surprised at how many women will be okay with it if we even just knew. We would feel like that's the ultimate, I don't know, intimacy. Like, you trusted me enough to tell me that. I got you. I'm not going to blast you. I'm not.
Like it sounds good.
Sorry.
And
This
I
white
don't want
man
to.
call me.
It's fine. I don't want to blame also Black women too. We know it's the church. We know it's Christianity and all the other things that infiltrate the Black community, right? But the same way, there's so many women that don't admit to like, I'm fine if my man is a cheater. Like, let's talk about how many women are like, won't admit to wanting their partner stepping out with another woman, let alone another man. So, like, when we talk about like open relationships, swinging, or anything, we also have a lot of women, specifically Black women, that don't want to admit that they'll be fine with their man stepping out a little bit. Like, there's an ego with Black women that we still haven't publicly like just addressed that it's fine to say, but like we can all say we're fine with it. We're okay. But realistically, when it comes out, we're not. We don't want our man going out with any other woman. And I think that it's because we do have this Christianity mindset within our community of how monogamously we need to combine as a unit. And you're mine, he's mine forever. And so, unfortunately, it's why I have my platform. It's because we're tearing down the walls of these traditional relationships that haven't seemed to work for centuries, for decades, that now whatever works for you works for you. So, Claudia, I will say, hearing you say that and break it down that way, I receive it and I appreciate it because you do seem like an ally and open to all the things.
Definitely.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear it in that clip, but I'm really glad we got to meet to this point. because
I am too. And like
Yeah,
I said, that's why I wanted to
and-
debate. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
talk to
When
you.
you also, Claudia, I don't ever want you to feel like you have to wear the cape
Because you
of
don't. You don't.
defending women
You
who
just
are
were
not
great.
homophobic, right? Because I see the accusations that come against you. I
Oh
see
my God, I'm
things that
everything
said
in the
about
book.
you. And sometimes like in responses like the one that you just gave, it was real passionate and it felt personal. And
It
a lot of
did.
times that can be like misinterpreted as you having like a root feeling that is going against what the words that's coming out of your mouth. And I think that sometimes you feel like you have to defend the voice of a large community to prove that you're not what people are saying that you are, but you don't, baby. You don't
You
have
don't. And I'm
nothing.
glad that you
You don't
spoke for
have
yourself
nothing.
and
Let me
not for
talk to her
everybody.
too. You don't have
Yes.
nothing that you have to take on to represent for the black women that are being accused of being homophobic because you're not homophobic.
Yeah.
I'm
You,
not,
my
but
friend, I
You're
don't
not
think you're homophobic. You know what
at
I'm saying?
all.
So, but if you have a certain posture and when you express your opinions about it, people can misinterpret it that way. So I don't know if you know that. I just want you to be aware of that. That's all.
thank you. And I feel
Yeah.
like I'm almost demonized. Like, what is wrong? Like, if you guys are in the community, right? And you should be very pro your demographic, pro your
Yep.
brothers and sisters, pro what you are. Why is it bad when a straight black woman is pro woman? What is wrong with that?
Nothing. But being
It
pro
doesn't mean
woman
I'm
don't have nothing
anti.
to do with gay people. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm just saying in relationship talks, in
Yeah.
conversations, when I
Yeah.
say we want to know the truth, that doesn't mean I hate you if you're bisexual. That doesn't mean that. It means I want to know who you are. I want to know the truth. And I feel like there's been so many things that just been misconstrued and twisted. I know, listen, I know I got a bunch of people that don't fucking like me because I did a reality show and I got in an argument with Nene Leakes 11 years ago, and y'all cannot let it go. Okay. I know they're still mad about that. I know some of you bums watch Michelle Brown and watch her call me a colorist for years over a joke I made in 2005 and 2009. When you talk every single day, they're not all going to be a home run. So I'm really proud that in 20 years of talking, y'all can point to two mistakes I've made in my whole career that
You've owned
address
up to.
over and over again.
All right, Raindrops. If you want to watch more of that video, head to my Patreon page, okay? That is patreon.com/BCarlosKing. Once again, patreon.com/BCarlosKing.